What's going on, Bearable Team? BrendonD here. Let's take a look at TWLO. Great stock today. Hopefully you guys made some money off that. Anyway, so it gapped up quite a bit in a pre-market. Real nice above all the moving averages. The next target was this all-time high area. So I threw it on a couple levels here on the daily and said if it's starting to be bought up, those are levels it may test. So looking at the 1 minute, I don't like to take trades before the first 5-minute candle closes. So what I did was the next best thing. I waited till the last 1 minute candle of that 5-minute candle. So I waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, jumped in at the last 1 minute candle. The reason I did that was it closed above VWAP twice and opened above VWAP, and I waited till about maybe 15-20 seconds left, and that's when I jumped in. So it was this rocket booster candle was about to be formed, and that's a really bullish candle. I mean, that's just clear as anything. So that was my first signal. Second signal was just a close above VWAP, always a bullish signal. And my stop was just around the 9 and the 20. They were almost crossing at this point, and that was a full point below my entry. So I took 50 shares, risked $50, and that was my max risk that I do with my account. I don't risk more than 50 bucks per trade. It's just a rule I have. So I took 50 shares, not a whole lot. And yeah, so my targets were off the daily. They were up here, but you know, it was just moving up so hard, huge bullish candle. I mean, you'd be foolish not to take some off here. I mean, it was just crazy. It was just running up like a steam engine there. So I took some off there, took a little more off there, and it touched my level, said okay, I tapped it, it may bounce from there. It was kind of chopping a little bit, so I took all of it off there. I mean, it moved up like 3 or 4 points at that time, and just said that was enough. I mean, I don't want to stick in the trade any longer. I mean, if I was in that trade waiting for these other levels, I would have been there for like a half an hour, which would have been a little bit silly. So I said, let's just get all out, take our profits and run. I moved the stop to break even after I scaled out the first time, and then said, all right, it may retest. You know, there's a nice pullback here to this moving average off the 1 minute, and said, let's go. It may retest a high day again. So I went long, but it started selling off again down to the 20 on the 1 minute. So that wasn't great. Had a stop at this consolidation area here, so it came within about a penny or two of my hard stop, which was really close. I mean, I almost got stopped out. I did not, but it was just chopping all around, and the last time it tried to make another run towards high day, I just got out because it wasn't doing what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was just going to maybe pull back to the 9 and then retest high day, but it was pulling back below the 9. It was almost looked like it might have started to head down back to VWAP after it might lose this consolidation area, like a reverse ABCD. And it almost, I mean, it was chopping all over the place. Andrew was in and out of this trade quite a bit too, so it was a little bit unsettling in this area. And then finally, after 15-20 minutes, started to grind up and find a trend trade eventually off the 1 minute and way above the 90 and the 5 minute even. So it was very bullish all day long, and especially at this bullish candle, that would have been a great time to go long. But I was in another trade at that point. So that was TWLO. So yeah, take a look at AMD. A little love-hate here, and AMD is heavily traded by institutions, as you guys know. And what I like to do is watch a NASDAQ and a SPY while I'm trading AMD. So if the overall market is bullish, let's look at AMD to potentially be bullish, and where are the targets here. So we saw a 20 EMA on the daily within range as a potential target. So I threw that down, said if the overall market is bullish, AMD may make a run for it, and it did. So that was great, but coincidentally, at noon, it diverged from the market. The markets kept going up, AMD kept going down. So it's funny that maybe a lot of retail traders and hedge funds and prop firms are trading it in the morning with the market, stop trading it, and then the algorithms and who knows what was going on in the afternoon. But it's just so coincidental that at lunchtime, everyone just stopped trading, including myself. So just an interesting thing to know how it split up at lunchtime. Anyway, so jumping over to the 5 minute here. Triple bottom, holding the 20 EMA, great sign. A little bit wicky, not an A1 setup, but nice. So what I wanted to do was this cross of the 9 and the 20 happened, and a nice pullback to VWAP. So I decided, okay, let's go long here, a little bit above VWAP, holding these moving averages, a nice sign. First target to get out was yesterday's high, so I got out a little there, and then a high day. Got out a little more, and a move stop to break even. And I thought around this area here would hold that moving average and then retest high day and maybe break high a day, but it did not. It sold off real quick, and my hard stop at break even got triggered, and I got out, still making a nice move up here, got the rest at break even. So really, it's a lesson to keep those hard stops sometimes, especially during this chop. Some stocks are like this, that you could have missed that stop, got out here, and you would have potentially lost almost all your gains if you did not have a hard stop there to catch it. And what I noticed was a diagonal here. I don't really trade on diagonal trends, but interesting that if you drew a diagonal here after this, the bounce after this level, the next candle here, seeing that it was holding the VWAP, that this was trending up on this diagonal. But I don't really use diagonals. I don't really know how to trade off them. But interesting thing to note that maybe you could potentially went long again after this bullish candle, seeing that it was uptrending with this diagonal. So something to notice. And then it just made a triple top here and then went up again. So interesting stuff. I was just done trading for the day. I already made my profits. So